What we tell them? Go, birds. Go, birds. Go, birds. Go, birds. Put in work. Put in work. Put in work. Touchdown. Hurts. Yeah, up in the link, you know what's going down. If you touch down in Philly, Hurts, he gon' shake the defenders. Scramble out the pocket, touchdown, then hit the gritty. You know big play slate, lock him down all day. And by the way, you know that boy AJ always open and going for more than 1K. So what, we lost in the Super Bowl, it's all good cause Hurts gon' take us back. It's only right that we run it back. I mean, just look at all our running backs. All the pressure, we gon' handle that. All it did was make diamonds. All off season, we was grinding. It ain't too late, it's perfect timing. Fly equals fly, working overtime. We gon' hold up that Lombardi. We don't listen to the critics. We just ball and make them feel sorry. Got a lot of heart like Rocky. We got weapons like Dawkins. We got dogs like Carter. This year it's time to go harder.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to another edition of the Jalen Freaking Hurts podcast with your boy Cool Cat Connor. Here on this podcast, we talk 95% of Jalen Freaking Hurts with just a hint of Philadelphia Eagles.
Acknowledge me!
Oh, yeah. I, Cool Cat Connor, officially acknowledge Jalen Freaking Hurts as my franchise quarterback.
Acknowledge me!
Jalen Hurts. Let's see if he can get something going. There's Hurts. He's back. Fire. Touchdown! They really came out on fire. Hurts.
He is in such control.
Hurts. What a play by Jalen Hurts! Beautiful throw by Hurts. 3 rushing touchdowns. Give me a little more of that. Boy, that hurts. Boy, did he make magic happen.
Jalen Hurts, number 1.
That really hurts.
Damn right. Hold on, y'all. On to Chicago. We ain't got that much time to talk that game, so we just got to talk about the Bears. So With that being said, it's time to tell the truth, which is going to hurt y'all. And the truth is, the alliance is over. The alliance is over. As you guys know, right? As you guys know, the Eagles and the Bears have been having this alliance. You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. And we'll scratch yours. What do I mean by that? Allow me to pull this up right here. Let me pull this up here. Okay, let me pull it up. What up, Cactus Mom? So let me show you what I mean by the alliance. Let me make this bigger. So, as we all know, Jalen freaking Hurts is the king of the North, right? What up, Chad? The alliance is over, and what do I mean by that? The Chicago Bears beat the Dallas Cowboys, right? Then they beat the Washington Commanders way left hand. And then they rounded up by defeating the New York Football Giants. So they basically handled our business in the NFC East. So we got to give the Bears a round of applause and a thank you for that. And because of that, you know what we said? We said, you know what? Bears, you helped us. We're going to help you by defeating the Minnesota Vikings, by defeating Green Bay, and by defeating the Detroit Lions. You help us in our division, and we'll help you in yours. But the alliance between the Bears and the Eagles have to end this Friday. Why? Because the Bears are 8-3. Your Philadelphia Eagles, unfortunately, it should be 9-2, but okay, 8-3. Somebody got to win, and somebody got to lose. Unfortunately, Bears, I need a win. The King needs a win. Okay? The King, Jalen freaking Hurts, needs a win. He needs a win. People are questioning him. Of course, they're Bears. They questioning him. They saying this, that, and the third. They're going to be picked. You got Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright and all of them picking the Bears. Right? Everybody and their mama picking the Bears. Everybody picking the Bears. So that's why I believe Bears, you got to do us this solid by letting us whoop your ass. Guys, too. Exactly. And I'm sure that the Bears will handle their business with those games. This game, I need a damn dub. The King needs a damn dub. This alliance, Mike, was fun. I thank you, Bears, for defeating the NFC East. And I know you thank the King and the Birds for defeating your division. But I need a damn dub, and so does the King. Because we got the flavor of the month in Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams on top of the NFC. That spot belongs to Jalen freaking Hurts and the Birds. So unfortunately for the Bears, this alliance has to end. I know you need this win because, like Mike says, you got the Packers and you got the Lions, right? You need this win. But the King needs it more. This alliance has to end on Friday. Unfortunately, it has to end. It has to. Right? It has to. You did great versus the Cowboys. You did great versus the Commanders and the Giants. But the King says this. It has to end. It has to end. It has to. I need a dub. We all need a dub, man. After, I don't even want to talk about it. The King don't even want to talk about it. But we need a dub. We need a dub. Simple. Simple. I mean, and if you don't believe me, Bears, if you don't believe me, listen to the King. Listen to him. Okay? Because as he says, exactly. I mean, I'll let y'all hear the King in a minute. I mean, exactly, Paul. Listen, the alliance was great. It was great. But the King needs a win. Okay? The King needs a win. He does. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My apologies. But the King needs a win. He does. I hate that it has to be you. Right? I hate that it has to be you. Right? I hate that it has to be you. It pains me that it has to be you. But it has to be you. It has to be you. Exactly. The alliance was great. It was. Right? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I need a mother talking dub, man. We have to, man. I need a. Do y'all need a dub? I want to know. Do y'all need a dub? Do y'all need a dub? Huh? Do y'all need a dub? Exactly. What up, Rocky Artist? I need a mama dub. Right. Right. It has to end. It had to. Right. Right. I need a damn dub like I need air. Right? I need a damn dub like I need fucking air. Simple. I need a damn dub like I need air. And so does the king. That's why I just posted. Hold on, let me show y'all what I just posted. Right, hold on, let me let it load up because I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I posted. This is what I just posted. To the Chicago Bears, this alliance was great, but unfortunately, it has to end Sunday. Love, King Hurts. It bees what it bees, and it is what it is. Because I, along with the rest of Eagles Nation, needs a dub. I want a dub. Y'all need a dub? I need a damn dub. In the worst way. So, all right. With that being said, it's time to hear from the king himself with his press conference. So, I know. So let's go ahead and let's listen to the king himself about this game. Let me set it up. Do 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 do. Jalen freaking Hurts. Jalen freaking Hurts. It's Jalen freaking Hurts. Jalen freaking Hurts. Jalen freaking Hurts. Freaking Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Hold on, y'all. Here it is. Bingo, zingo.
How's it going?
Baylor, what is the messaging or message from you and leaders this week about trying to get the offense right, the consistency of it for a whole game?
I think it's a team message. It's a team message of how you respond. Your response is very important in anything you do. And so it's a question of how bad you want something, what you're willing to do to get it. Continue to come together to achieve the collective.
How do you view your role in helping to get the run game back? Is it just basically what you can do at the line when you see stuff, or obviously when you are involved in the design? How do you view your kind of involvement in that?
Just really going out there and executing the game plan as it is. And all of this is a collaboration from a standpoint of all the communication we have, the talking amongst players, coaches, and just seeing things as they go. And so as you go into a game, you've got different things that you can get and anticipate. Ultimately, it's going to fall down on the structure and identity that you have. And so we've got to continue to fine tune some of those things so we can get them going. It's not a capability thing on all fronts, so we just got to keep pushing forward on it. And that's not just in the run game. That's in every aspect of our game.
Kevin Byard and Gardner Johnson spent some time here. What are you seeing in their games now that they're with the Bears?
Well, they're playing great ball. I mean, Chauncey went over there and had an immediate impact, and Kevin he's been playing safety at a high level for a very long time. So they got a great defense. They complement their scheme well, and a really good defense. They've been very disruptive. So it's a great challenge for us.
They really go after the ball. I think they lead the NFL in takeaways. You guys lead the NFL in not giving it up.
Yeah.
Do you do anything different when you're facing a team like that that's so intent on stripping the ball and getting picks and that kind of thing?
No, you're going into it. It's good on good. great defense, great mentality, great culture, it seems, and you see them flying around. So it's more about what you do, your fundamentals, your details, and really honing in on those things in a short week. So that's a great challenge for us.
You had a lot of different play callers in your career. I'd imagine each one on game day has a different personality or things that differentiate them. You now had Kevin for 3 months or whatever. Like, what have you learned about him on game day as a play caller?
I don't want to get into the particulars of that. I mean, I've had a lot of OCs. It's always been that change, and it's always been an exciting thing to get to learn it. So it's been a challenge that I've embraced. So they've all definitely been different, but we've always found a way in the end.
You guys are, against the Cowboys, obviously the passing game was working early and everything, but how important is it to still be multi-dimensional? And then is there a balance between trying to be that, but not, if the running game's not working, being able to go back to passing and everything?
What lens are we looking at?
The overall and general lens of, one thing is working during the course of a game, how important it is to still be able to do the other thing.
Well, I think, there's a way of looking at that from a even bigger perspective throughout the season. I've come up here, we've talked about a lot of different ways that we've won football games. And so I think what you're saying is important, obviously, to go into a game, find a flow, have an identity. But from a bigger point of view, nothing takes precedent over finding ways to win. And so that's the most important thing. And we've been able to win games in different ways. And so we've just got to settle in an identity. I think that's more important. Settle in an identity, commit to it, and then we fine tune those things, knowing that there's going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs, but we're all confident in what we're doing. We're all confident in the direction we're going in, the structure that's in place to do that, and then we go out there and play.
So does can that identity change from game to game? Like one week it could be this, 1 week it could be that. You know what I mean?
Well, I'd say the identity has changed from game to game, and that's not a problem when you win. So, is that fair to say?
Yeah.
But what should that identity be? You're the quarterback. You get the ball every time. What would you like that identity in this offense?
The identity needs to be something everybody's in alignment in. So it's not a matter of how it looks. I don't care how it looks. I don't care who does it. I just like for it to get done. And I remember getting a question I think he's not here. He asked me the question about, the pass game taking a step after a loss. It's like, well, who cares? We didn't win. So nothing takes precedent over finding ways to win. And that's really what matters.
I've also heard you over the years say some things don't get you until they get you, right?
That still holds true. That still holds true. Definitely have to be better with our detail. It can be anything casual about what we do. We have to be very intentional and taking advantage of the opportunities we have. And, I look at that last game, and it's a game where there were a lot of things that we could control that we didn't. And it needs to be eliminated. And there's a push to do so. Just got to keep pushing. There
have been fewer design runs for you, but in the small sample size where they've been called, you've had some success. Are you open to increasing that number to help the run game get going?
Yeah, I'm always open. I'm open to doing whatever it takes to win. I just go out there and execute it as it's called, and go play the game. There's always a different plan, different strategy behind what KP has and what he wants to do going into a week. And so all of us is being all in, committed to that, and going out there and making it work and bringing it to light. I'm sorry.
Would you like to see more?
I mean, whatever works. It's my that's my disposition on it. That's my position on it.
Those negative plays that you were talking about, and the things that Nick says take no talent, they've been a little bit more consistent this year than years prior. Is that something that you can put your finger on, or is that just the collective?
I think it is a collective thing. It's not one individual. It's not one person. everyone has to be locked in on that. You see it showing up in different spots, all phases, everybody having a bit of those shortcomings. And so how I try and influence that is setting the right example and making sure I'm on my P's and Q's and doing the things that I can do, because anything I say, you only go far. It's about what I do. And so I want to lead by example in that type of way. Then I want to be able to have everyone echoing the same things of, hey, it's about the details. It's about our focus. It's about executing so we can have energy and great emotion and enthusiasm in what we do. And so, in a week like this, it's about preparing your best, learning from last time we had the last time we had a short week and doubling down on that. Just gotta give more. Everything demands more. And so we all have to take that next step and raise our level of play, raise our level of focus, and continue to press forward. And this is the same thing I said this past weekend in Dallas. It'll come. It'll come. We just have to press forward.
Is part of this team's identity make fewer mistakes than the other team? I mean, if you look at this stretch of good football he played here, 4 turnovers before last week. He turned it over twice. He lose the game. Is that part of this team's identity, that you guys want to make fewer mistakes than? I mean, everybody talks about what you're not doing in terms of yards and points, but is that part of this team's identity or not?
I think part of our identity is finding ways to win. And last week was a game that we didn't find a way, and it was a game that we didn't necessarily earn the right to win. And so now moving forward, okay, we felt that feeling. We've had, we have that as an opportunity to learn from. And so we're pressing forward, trying to learn from everything, build upon what we've experienced and improve.
Take 2 more questions. 2 more.
Having guys chip the edge rushers on the other team, is that built into the play call, or is that a thing that you decide at the line of scrimmage?
That is by design coming in. So as installed throughout the play.
I've asked you about variations.
I wonder what makes you think of that.
We guys did it a little bit more last week.
Yeah. Well, when you got really good players on the other side, you try and exhaust all ways to try and slow them down. So
I've asked you variations of this question over the past few years, but I'm curious from your perspective. There's been an evolution in your mindset, in that I distinctly recall back in 22, I'm not talking about winning. It was all about the standard. You guys were undefeated.
Yeah.
You said, don't talk about the record.
Yeah.
Right? And then now it's like, just find ways to win. Has that evolved from then to now?
Say that again.
I'm sorry, it was a long one.
Yeah.
Has your perspective evolved from don't focus on wins and losses? It's all about the standard for which you play.
Yeah.
And now where all that matters is finding a way to win.
I think it has evolved, and I think you can only expect a mentality to evolve over time. It's not necessarily. I'm not gonna say the mentality is supposed to change or stay the same. I'm saying that people change, throughout the course of time based upon their experiences. And so when you're talking about the 22 season, the standard is always the standard. And it kind of brings me back to the notion I spoke on, maybe since we're going down memory lane, 2023, where I talked about 1A and 1B. And, look, you have a standard of excellence that you pursue, and you want to go perform at a high level. In the end, the collective, the thing that's bigger than all of us, is finding a way to win. And so that's something that everyone benefits from, and that's why we're all here. And so, I think, as a team, and I think as an organization, we've experienced high levels of success, and you could say we've had some great performances and great showings, and we hadn't found a way to win the game. So, in the end, I'm not going to think about how I performed first. I'll think about whether we won or we lost. Then I'll get to that and try and assess and see how I can improve and continue to pursue excellence in performance. But, nothing takes precedent over winning.
In other words, ladies and gentlemen, to quote what he's basically saying, win by any means necessary. That's what he's basically saying. Win by any means necessary. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. By any means necessary. By hook, by crook, by 3 touchdowns, 1 touchdowns, no touchdowns, interceptions, this person, that person, by any means necessary. Get the W. And hopefully everyone understands that when we face the Bears. By any means necessary. I don't care. I love showing stats because I love rubbing it in the face of a lot of people that don't like Jalen. But for me, by any means necessary. Don't believe me? I left was the performance of the offense great last week versus the Lions? No. But I got a dub. By any means necessary. And we as fan base got to understand that. You got to understand that. I don't care how it looks. Am I happy Jalen's getting more than 18 touchdowns? Yeah. But by any means necessary, ladies and gentlemen. By any means necessary. Get the mama dub. By any means necessary. Because that's why we're 8-3. Why? Because by any means necessary. And as a fan base and as a team and as an organization, we got to live by that. We got to live by that. And hopefully every person on this organization realize that. So before we go, on behalf of the King, Jalen freaking Hurts, and everybody in the Hurts Kingdom, we would like to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. What up? On behalf of the King, we would like to wish all of you guys a happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for Simone, Montre Rock, Smitty Eagle, for Mike, for Paul, for Cactus Mom, Rock the Artist. I'm thankful for Lord Brunson, Philly Mike, Philly 500, Tone, King DV, JC, Bird Gang 31, Quizzy, Swoop Boys, E-Rock Gale, Evan Primetime Lucky, Tim, Mitch, Halftime, AK, Desert Eagle 90. I'm thankful for each and every one of y'all for liking, subscribing, and commenting to all the channels. I need a win, man, in the worst way possible. Happy Thanksgiving to the best fan base in the world. Oh, look, we got a street rat in the kingdom. Congratulations on your win. Congratulations on your win. But still, congratulations on your win. Just know that Dak is still your father. But who's the man? Last time I checked, 8-3. Yeah, congratulations. You beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hank, slow clap. Slow clap, y'all. Congratulations. 8-3. He beats the Bears and the Chargers. And 10-5 is the beautiful baby. That's great and all. But unless Dak Prescott gets this, look at welcome to the legacy room, y'all. It's been a while since I've been here. Look at this legacy room. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the king. Look at the king. Welcome to the legacy room. Isn't it beautiful? Huh? Isn't this legacy room beautiful? This room is for Jalen to sit, relax, and chill. You know, now, this is how it looks without all the stuff. But with the stuff, okay? Ooh, so Dak owns the Eagles. Dak owns the Eagles. So if that's the case, why hasn't he been to what Jalen's been to? Because here's the difference between Jalen can beat Patrick Mahomes. Jalen can beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl. You see that trophy case right there? I didn't say about the playoffs, but there is a shift in power in the next 3 years. What shift of power? Let's go back to the throne room real quick. Actually, let's do this. Right. What shift in power? This man's still sitting on the throne. 8-3. With one of these. What shift in power? My days is numbered. Our days is numbered. How? How's it numbered? I still got Jalen. I still got AJ. I still got Smitty. I still got Goddard. And y'all still got Jerry. AJ's not leaving. AJ's not leaving. I hate to break it to you, Reddy Red. AJ's not leaving. He ain't leaving next year. Sorry. I'm not buying into that notion. Oh, AJ. No, he's not. Sunday shows the new Dallas era. Oh, so you, okay. You see, the difference is Jalen here, this guy right here, he can trust Howie Roseman to get the job done. Can y'all trust Jerry Jones in paying your guys? Do y'all trust Jerry Jones? Jalen can trust Howie Roseman. Can y'all trust Jerry Jones in paying some of these guys? Y'all don't know how to act. Wipe your shoes when you're in the Hurts Kingdom. Wipe your shoes when you're in the Hurts Kingdom. All right, our days are numbered. I don't know if you noticed this, Ready Red, but this is the Hurts Kingdom. This is the kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts. This is his kingdom. This is his castle. This is his kingdom. Okay? He runs this. Wipe your shoes when you enter here. Right. Wipe your shoe. This is his kingdom. This man runs everything now. Okay? And how many rings does Dak Prescott got? How many rings Dak got? Exactly. Exactly. Like I said, this is the Hurts Kingdom. This is the kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts. Wipe your feet when you're in here. This is the Hurts Kingdom. The kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts. Wipe your feet when you enter this castle. Right. Put the king back up here. What are we, a dynasty? We're the best thing going today. Enjoy our last ride. It's over with. No, it's not. No, it's not. Ready, Red. As long as I got him, we gonna be all right. New Dallas. Hold on. Where's my? Did this guy actually say New Dallas?
Dallas Cowboy trash.
You have lost your mind. I hope you understand that you have lost your mind if you actually believe within your heart and your soul of what you just said. If you believe in your heart and your soul what you just said, okay, I'm gonna explain this to you. Ready, Red? This guy is about to be the first quarterback to win this division back to back since 03-04. This man and us Eagles fans, we got bigger fish to fry. Like the number 1 seed, the first round bye, home field advantage at the link. Getting another one of these. You guys won the Super Bowl by beating us last year. So congrats this past Sunday. You're not going to the playoffs. And you still got Jerry and Stephen Jones. We split. So there ain't no new Dallas. It's the same old Dallas. And what y'all gonna do then? Huh? Okay, you beat us. What you gonna do then? What you gonna do? What's next for the Cowboys then? Because I know what's next for Jalen. What's next for the Cowboys? Huh? Oh, you beat it. We beat y'all. What's next? What's next? Because you haven't answered my question. What's next? You beat the Eagles. What's next? Because I know what's next for us. What's next for y'all? What's next? Because you got the Chiefs on Thursday. What's next? What's next, Red? Because what's next for Jalen is beating the Bears, then beating the Chargers, then beating the Raiders, then beating the Bills, and sweeping the Commanders. What's next? Red, you haven't answered my question. You beat the Eagles. Congratulations. What's next for y'all? What are y'all planning to do this year? Because you're 5-5-1. What y'all planning? Because Jalen and the Eagles is planning on going to the playoffs and getting this number 1 seed. What y'all going to do? Y'all going to say, oh, I know what the Cowboys are going to sit on the couch and watch greatness. I know what's going to happen. The Cowboys. You're taking over the division. So you're basically saying that you're going to keep George Pickens. You're going to keep Quinyon Mitchell. Not Mitchell. Your D tackle. You're going to keep everybody, and you're going to go on a run. So nothing's going to happen this season. But the next 3 years, y'all going to go on a run. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen this season coming up. You're going to basically lose to the Chiefs, lose to the Lions, and then you're just going to focus on the next couple of years. Y'all crazy. Y'all not doing nothing the next year. You, Red, Stop being delusional. Stop watching all these shows. You actually think that you're going on a run the next couple of years. That it's the Cowboys year. That the Eagles and the Rams and the Bucks and the Lions and the Packers and the 49ers, that all these other teams is gonna let you go on by. Like, come on by. You really believe that? You really believe that all these teams in the NFC, from the Eagles to the Rams to the Bucks to the Eagles, Rams, Bucks, Lions, Green Bay, Seattle, the 49ers, the Bears, that they're just going to let you go on by in the next few years? But we split. You forgot about the first game here in Philly where we drop a banner. Where we dropped the banner. We split. That's what we do every year with Dak and Jalen. We split. But what about these other teams? Because you ain't sweeping us. We're going to split. Because Dak Prescott has never beaten Jalen freaking Hurts at the link. All right, so basically what you're saying is you're going to beat the Eagles, you're going to beat the Rams, you're going to beat the Bucks, beat Seattle, beat Green Bay, beat the 49ers, beat the Bears. You're going to beat all 7 teams in the NFC and go to the Super Bowl and win that. That's what you're saying. Because you're saying you got to get past us, the Rams, 49ers, Seattle, Bears, Lions, and Packers. You think you're going to win all these 7 games next year, the next few years, and go on the Super Bowl. That's what you're saying, Ready Red. Ready Red basically saying that we're going to beat the Eagles, we're going to beat the Lions, we're going to beat the Bears, we're going to beat Green Bay, we're going to beat the 49ers, we're going to beat the Rams, we're going to beat Seattle. You said our reign is over. But what about these other teams? If our reign is over, what about these other teams? Is their reign over? Is the Lions' reign over? Is the Bears' reign over? What about the Packers? What about the 49ers? What about the Rams? What about Seattle? What about these other teams? If our reign's over, what about everybody else? Because it ain't just us you got to get past, Ready Red. Use your brain. It ain't just us you got to get past. What about these other teams? All right, explain it to me, Ready Red. What are you trying to say? What are you basically saying? Okay. And Cole, if we're frauds, then you're peasants because y'all ain't going nowhere. All right. So let me, Jalen, you seeing this? You seeing this, Jalen? You see what I got to deal with? Okay. So our reign's over, right, Ready Red, and you're going to basically win the division. That's what you're saying. Our reign is now over. As long as I got Jalen, this reign will never be over. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure this out because Ready Red is basically saying our reign is over, meaning that the Cowboys are going to be winning the division multiple years. But then what? Are y'all going? Okay, so the Eagles' reign is over, and the Cowboys is on the rise. Then what? Are you going to win playoff games, Red? All right. 26, 27, 28. Y'all not going to the Super Bowl. If we're not going to the Super Bowl, y'all not going to the Super Bowl. Y'all not even going to make the playoffs. Wipe your feet. Remember what kingdom you're in. You're in the kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts. This his kingdom. He runs this. Wipe your feet when you're in here. We playing with house money. Can someone explain to these people that they're in the Hurts kingdom? That they should do when you're in the Hurts kingdom, when you're in the kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts, can you, I don't know.
Acknowledge me! Acknowledge me!
Exactly. Wipe your feet when you're in the Hurts kingdom and
acknowledge me!
Acknowledge him. Acknowledge this man. Yeah, you beat him. Congratulations. But he still sits on the throne at 8-3. He still sits on the throne at 8-3. He's still sitting on the throne at 8-3. Congratulations. Do y'all want a cookie? Do y'all want a cookie? Let me bring the phone out because I don't forget that. Do y'all want a cookie? He's still sitting on the throne. Congratulations. Hey, AK. Right. When you're in the kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts, wipe your feet when you're in here and
acknowledge me!
Right. Wipe your feet when you're in the Hurts kingdom and
acknowledge me!
right. Right. Like, I don't get it. Like, congratulations on your dang win. This man right here is still sitting on the throne of the NFC East at 8-3. He's about to this year, Red. He's about to this year. Red, he's about to add the NFC East in the. Let's go back to the trophy room, to the legacy room, shall we? Let's go back to the legacy room because I don't think Ready Red, because Ready Red needs to understand. Back to the legacy room. He's about to add another item to the trophy case. This trophy case is getting very full. He's about to add the NFC East to this trophy case. You ain't even in the locker room. How you know? You ain't even in the locker room. How you know? You ain't even in the locker room. AJ's not leaving. You're going to stop saying that AJ Brown is not leaving. I find it funny. I find it hilarious that y'all got the Chiefs on Thursday, and all I can see, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. You got Patrick Mahomes, somebody that has lost to Jalen freaking Hurts. You got Patrick Mahomes, who Jalen freaking Hurts beat multiple times. You got the Chiefs coming up. And instead of you worrying about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, you arrive in the Hurts kingdom. The kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts. Exactly, Captain. They got Patrick. Jalen freaking Hurts beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, by the way. And that's the guy, Patrick Mahomes, who the Cowboys got to deal with. But instead, let's go to the kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts and let's remind Eagles Nation, Eagles everywhere, that we beat y'all. Yeah, we ain't worried about the Kansas City Chiefs. We ain't worried about Patrick Mahomes. Let's come to the kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts and remind these guys that we beat them. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Oh, the Chiefs beating the Cowgirls. The Chiefs is beating the Cowgirls. I mean, Jalen freaking Hurts has beaten Patrick Mahomes. Wait, has Dak Prescott beaten Patrick Mahomes? I want to know, has Dak Prescott beaten Patrick Mahomes? I know Jalen has. Has Dak Prescott ever beaten Patrick Mahomes? No? Huh. Jalen has 3 times. 2 times in Arrowhead, 1 time in the Super Bowl. Huh. Put your KC jersey on, cheerleader. Hey, whatever it takes for me to see this. Red. You own us. But did that stop Jalen from, you own us. You own us. You own us. But what did, because I'm trying to figure this out, because you say you own us. But did that stop the Eagles from accomplishing our goals? You owning us. Did that stop the Eagles from doing anything? I'm asking a question. You owning us. You say that Cowboy fans up here saying that they own the Eagles? Did that stop the Eagles from doing anything in the postseason? I'm asking a real question here. Y'all want to... Huh? I'm asking a question. You say that y'all own the Eagles. Did that stop the Eagles from going to the Super Bowl? Because we went in 2020. Hey, Jalen. Shout out to Boys for Life, by the way. What's up? They do know this is the kingdom of Jalen freaking Hurts, right? They do know this is your kingdom, right? Which means they need to wipe their feet when they come up here and
Acknowledge me!
Dak is your daddy. Boys, no, we're not. No, we're not. What do you mean choke the we got the Bears, the Chargers, the Raiders, the Commanders twice, and the Bills. How we gonna choke this away when we got all that? Bears. Oh boy. I was just on here talking about the Bears. We're gonna live. No. Y'all only saying that because y'all want the division. Come on, y'all. Well, y'all gonna lose to the Chiefs. If we're losing to the Bears, y'all losing to the Chiefs and the Lions. Y'all losing to the Chiefs. Exactly. Y'all losing to the Chiefs. Are y'all really coming up here and begging the Bears to handle y'all business? When you're 5-5-1? Y'all really asking the Bears to handle y'all business? Y'all do know y'all got the Chiefs, right? Y'all really asking the Bears to handle y'all business, but y'all got the Kansas City Chiefs. I know Boys for Life is a real one when I say this. Yo, boys, you trust Dak Prescott versus Patrick Mahomes? I know what Boys for Life going to say because he's a real one, unlike the rest of these Cowboy fans. Boys, do you trust Dak Prescott versus Patrick Mahomes? I know what Boys for Life going to say. Do you trust Dak Prescott? Bingo, Zingo, exactly. Some of y'all Cowboy fans gotta listen to Boys for Life. He trusts George Pickens. That's a real one. Maybe some of you Cowboy fans need to appreciate Boys for Life more and subscribe to the guy. He trusts George Pickens. Well, how you think I feel when we beat y'all here in Philly? Of course, Boys for Life is a real one. Unlike the rest of these people, he don't believe in Dak. He believes in George Pickens. Right. What do you think, Jalen? You think we should stay on for a little bit more and deal with these street riots, or you think we should end it? What do you think? Give him 3 minutes. Give him 3 minutes. And then we got to prepare for Thanksgiving. Give him 3 minutes. Oh, boy. Boys for Life is from Dallas, too. I'll defend Boys for Life for that. He lives in Dallas. And he's never been a fan of Dak Prescott. He's a fan of George Pickens, though. Well, that's for you two to argue. That's for you two to argue. But all right, y'all. Me and the King argued with street rats long enough. I got to get ready for Thanksgiving. So does King. So on behalf of the King, Bree Burrow, and the rest of the members of the Hertz Kingdom, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, except for Cowboy fans. While Boys for Life, you're the exception, because you're a realist. But everybody else, I ain't wishing y'all Thanksgiving. But Eagles Nation and Eagles everywhere, happy Thanksgiving from the Hertz Kingdom. Exactly. Fly equals fly. Go Birds. I got to clean this kingdom up because it's filled with street rats now. God damn it. And make sure when you walk out of here that you
Acknowledge me!
Exactly. Jalen, get the dang spray. There's street rats in the kingdom. Get the spray, Jalen. There's street rats in the kingdom. Get the spray.
Sirianni caught a shot. Jalen throwing dots. Couple seconds on the clock. AJ off the slot. Or he gon' throw it to Smitty. Nasty with the route running, he get shifty. O-line best in the league. You know Hurts going for the MVP. Cowboys, who can't be talking about Dak? That's Mr. INT. How many stars on this team? But this ain't Dallas, boy, we bleed green. Fight, Eagles, fight. We gon' hit them low, hit them high. Watch our Eagles fly. Saying we ain't the best in the NFC. Stop telling lies. Whole city like, go, Birds, go.